welcome to another 5-Minute Mysteries review. Today, I'm going to need to really compact my words and say the best possible things in the shortest amount of time to keep this at my 5-minute marker. Today, of course, we're looking at, as you can see above, we are looking here at Second Coming by my dear friend Fraser, Parker, and Ross Tayler. These are absolutely astounding works. Those of you that read False Messiah, which is Fraser's his latest full-volume book, his first hardbound book he ever put out, you have no idea how much this things have progressed since that first book. It's astounding the stuff that Fraser's come up with, that he's doing, and that he's out actually working in the real world. It's incredible because everyone that kind of looks at some of this propolis material thinks that there's no use for it in working material, when in fact we talked to Fraser, Ross, and the few people that are out there really using this and putting their own personality into it, they are using it in their everyday work. So, let's get right into it. What makes Second Coming worthy of the Second Coming? The return of the false Messiah, you might say. Well, there's loads of work inside of this nice tome on propolis and prop-based mentalism. So all of you out there right now, they're thinking, I don't have interest in this. This is all propolis. You're wrong. But in a good way. That being said, I think the prop-based stuff in here is actually on par with the prop-less. Being said, they finally streamlined the propolis approach even further than they originally had to start with. So let's talk about a few things. There's 3 distinctive parts inside of this book. The first part is actually on playing cards. Now, some of you are already kind of going, haven't we seen enough psychological force to playing cards? Well, first off, there's a really new, unique few ways of doing psychological forcing traditionally with one card down the table, that kind of playing card divination effect where they divine the playing card you've sat down. The other things that are nice in here is there's actually physical mechanical work as well. Mechanical psychological card force that I've been using to fool other magicians for quite a while, and I use, of course, in real performing as well. It's an incredible effect, and I actually have my own sequence I do with this, using 2 people at once, and I'll let you try and pry that one out of me should we ever meet. But, that being said, the first chapter on cards will completely rethink how you look at psychological work with playing cards. Brilliant ideas. The reframe using the cards alone is worth the price of the first chapter. It's amazing. I use it every day. It's great. If any borrowed deck of cards, I might add as well. Part 2 focused on the real meat and potatoes that we're really all here to see. That being said, the playing card related material is amazing. I love it and I use it, and I still use cards despite the fact that there's all this controversy whether you use playing cards in mentalism or not, which I think is silly. That being said, the part 2 has the best star sign guess ever. I know this is a combination of Fraser and Ross's brainchild. I'll let them duke out over who's officially going to get the credit for who created this, because I've seen it evolve over time on both sides through talking to them. What we've got here in Knowing Signs is absolutely the best star sign divination on the planet. You conversationally educate people on star signs, really build that attention, that interest, that desire, then you get them to take action on it, and you can reveal their star sign as well as have them guess your star sign as well. And believe it or not, if you're clever on this, you can get them to divine your real star sign, which is really brilliant. So the paper peak is the next one in here, and this is an absolutely brilliant new handling from a whole new perspective of billet work. I won't say much more, other than this is something that you're going to either look at and say this is stupid, or you're going to be smart, like yours truly, and go out and use it. The reverse name guess, there's two different versions of this, one written and one purely verbal. Now the written one, when I say that, doesn't mean that it's written down and then traditional method. It's something in the way that the written prop actually is in there theatrically to make it work more effectively. Versus the verbal one is framed verbally to make it more effectively for some situations. There's object guesses in here. There's a name guess that's going to blow your socks off. It's the easiest but most surefire name guess I've seen them publish so far. Being said that I love Rose, I love the False Messiah name guess. Ouija has its own place and time to be used as well. This one is absolutely brilliant. Then there's also another any word guess as well in here that once again is just top-notch brilliant. Part 3 is kind of the finishing section of the book. What you're going to find in here is some really unique approaches to some of the classic plots of mentalism. Some things including Hellstromism. How can you get a surefire Hellstromism effect? Well, No Hellstreamism is ever surefire, but this technique will hedge your bets even further for those who are already excellent at Hellstreamism, or for people like me that could never really get the skill set down properly. Date of birth is basically a really cheeky phone effect, where you can actually apparently predict the date of birth of anyone you meet, or any kind of code or string of numbers. It's really brilliant. It's a prediction system that is purely psychological, purely fooling, and very devious. And finally, in the book, this closes out with deeper readings, with just thoughts on doing readings, looking deeper into them and trying to use those finesses that Fraser and Ross and Peter and everyone out there they're using to really do high-powered readings that emotionally impact people in their daily work and daily lives. All that being said, Second Coming is worth every penny. It is absolutely a beautifully crafted volume. It's just astounding. I was lucky enough to get one of the pre-release copies in the PDF form. Would I love a physical copy? Yes. Will I get a physical copy? Yes. But not until I can just get this out here of how amazing this work is. I highly recommend it. I honestly think that Ross and Fraser deserve all the props in the world, and it's so great of them to really look back and credit all the people that helped these developments of these highly original pieces of mentalism, which feel like something completely different. So, thank you for joining me for another 5-Minute Mysteries. Once again, I am Jacob, yours truly. Please do subscribe down below if you like what you're seeing. If you like this information, if you like the products I look at, if you're looking to get your own product known, just contact me. You can find me on Facebook. Just look Jacob Smith up, and you'll find me pretty easily. That being said, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time.